I'm back. I'm back. I don't know what happened. Maybe the storm, internet, it suddenly went bloop. Um, Let me know if you're still here. There I was, just doing some nice arm rolls and leg rolls. Um, let's see, give it a moment. That was so weird. My internet is normally very nice. Hey, Tess is still there, so I'm just gonna carry on. So I think that cut off in the middle of a nice leg roll. So I was saying you need to be able to flop. You need to be able to just be. So just to recap. So you're gonna lie here, eyes open, breathing in and out through the belly, letting the diaphragm rise. It's like a jellyfish when you see the diaphragm. It's really amazing. So now you just lift across, flop, lift across. Hey, don't bump into the furniture. Cross. And I'm just letting the rest of the body follow. I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to move my shoulders, I'm going to move this or that. And like I was saying, I use this as a kind of warm up and also as a kind of calm down, not just a cool down, but a calm down. And especially if I've been out and I'm like, okay, I've done I've led a workshop or I've done a parkour session, and then I just want to decompress and chill. Arm rolls, leg rolls, and sometimes just do like a couple of minutes, minimum 4 on each side, both the arm rolls and the leg rolls. So again, we're feeling really safe when more of our body is in contact with the ground. This is why there's a difference between lying on the sofa, lying on the floor, lying on your bed, lying on the floor. I'm not saying, you may want to sleep through the night, but during the day, if you want to chill, get down on the floor. I worked with a veterans group, and we did a whole load of workshops. And the biggest takeaway for everyone, and there was a lot of people there who had PTSD through both experience in the field and a lot of women who'd had some kind of sexual violence, trauma, harassment induced PTSD. And the floor, spending time on the floor as their safe place, your body feels safe. It really calms down. So I want you to enjoy that. So a few more things about the wrist, because I did mention today's going to be a kind of parkour day. So it may not look, because we're just going to do it here on the mat. So you'll be like, what? Sofa coming obstacles? What's that about? So you're going to start to learn how to prepare your body armor for parkour. Because people who do parkour are silly strong. Like, they've rewritten the book on what is humanly possible. And yes, people have been doing it for a long time, and there are the Jackie Chans and the Bruce Lee. Oh, Pags has just gone and collected some firewood. That's a whole new log. So I had a question about the wrists. I was saying to put the fingers down before the palms, and I was asked why. So a couple of things. When the brain kind of senses what's coming for the body, it relaxes. So in the same way, if you're someone who trains in a gym and you lift, if you're, say, doing a bench press, so say you're lying down and you want to lift something up and the bar's there. When you take that bar and you lift it off the thing, you always want to hold it just for a moment, because you're just kind of priming your nervous system and your brain to go like, this is what we're dealing with. This is what's going to happen. So the same thing here So our fingers play a really active role in many, many things that we do. So, for example, the fascia here on the little finger will connect to the lats. If you're learning pull-ups, if when you pull, you don't really engage that little finger, you're going to be doing that move more with your biceps than with your lats. So that really makes a difference. And the same goes for here. Like my handstand project last year, my gosh, the activity of the fingers is huge in stabilizing and connecting to the wrist. So like I said, a lot of injuries come from imbalances and disconnection. You're asking the body to do stuff on its own when there should be a team. It's kind of like, no, you need a whole team of players there. So this shouldn't be acting solo. This is your support team. So even if you're practicing rocking, you know, if this is too much, then just gently just engage that. I had people who, when we do a lot of crawling, said like this could be too much. Then you say, okay, I want you to go fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms. It helps dissipate, you prime the nervous system, and you start to engage and wake up. And this kind of idea of engaging and waking up happens, I mean, in so many movements. So many people think that they are not ready for a movement or they can't do it yet. And it's like, if you connect that, you're ready. So come back to this position. Just prime those wrists a little bit because we are going to spend time crawling today. So in the parkour world, they call crawling QM, quadrupedal movement. Crawling sounds babyish to them. And I've done workshops with women who were they were in a place called Coronado here in San Diego, and they were like hardcore CrossFit, tough, push through women, and they didn't really know they'd signed up for natural movement, and so there was a lot of ego in the room. They weren't kind of sure. So as I'm saying this, just start to play with some of those movements that we did yesterday. And so yeah, they were very kind of like, oh, this is a bit, you know, am I going to get a good workout in? Am I going to be taxed at the end of this? Am I going to want to sleep? Am I, you know, I need to, unless I'm at kind of breaking point, unless I feel like I want to eat the house, then, well, that, you know, that workout didn't do anything. So there was this kind of mindset, which was, and I'm not used to being in a room with people like that, really, to be honest. But it was great. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll just do some crawling. And they were like, I said, we're just going to crawl for 20 minutes. And they were like, ah. And I purposely set a route for them where there was a point of it where they thought I couldn't see them. And they had to kind of go behind my car and around somewhere else. And the thing about crawling is that when people who are used to doing a lot of crawling crawl, doesn't look like anything's hard. It doesn't look like a particularly demanding, high value strength training, body conditioning, body armor kind of move. But it's really sneaky hard. Here's the thing, it really is. And so these women basically they would get to this point in the route and they would go behind the car and they would sit down and some of them cried. And my aim wasn't to, you know, to be mean or do anything like that. It was to really show, meet yourself where you're at. And when your body's not connected, it's not strong. When your body's connected, you can be really, really strong. So we're going to start, and please meet yourself where you're at today. These are just different options. There's no right, there's not wrong. There's only meet yourself where you're at today. So You can get really technical about crawling, or you can just say, get down on your hands and knees and crawl. Because I'm hoping everyone's done it. If you've missed this developmental stage as a kid, then this is something you want to go back and do because it organizes your brain. There's some really amazing projects. There's a group called Into the Cortex, and they work with primal movement patterns like the crawling, this kind of stuff, all the cross the midline, and they help reorganize not just babies, toddlers, children, adult brains, people with ADHD, people with anxiety, people like there's a whole bunch of stuff. And it's a friend of mine, he went through it with his son, and it's really pretty amazing. So just get down on your hands and knees. Look forward. This is something that can be challenging for a lot of people's necks because we don't have strong necks anymore. And I just want you to crawl. There you go. And I want you to go backwards. And like I said, don't overthink it. And what we don't realize is that babies, toddlers, they're in training all day long. And once you start to do some of the other ways of crawling, you're going to be like, oh my God, they are so strong. So now I want you to try a side crawl. This may mess with your brain a little bit. So you're going to start here, all forward, tabletop position, looking forward. And now you're going to end up hands wide, feet, knees together. Knees together, hands wide. Try that one. Back and forth. And now go back to crawling backwards. Now I want you to crawl in a circle. Both directions. Sometimes leading with one side will change how that body feels. Remember, it's reveal and heal. Like I know I have a dominant right side. And then come back, shake the wrists, shake the elbows. So now, just one tiny thing is going to change how that move feels and what you're going to be able to do. Because what it's going to do is it's going to engage your core. It's going to set your body into a different set of strength and ability. And it's going to be good for you. Play with it, discover it, dip your toe in, see where you're at. So come back to this first position. Active fingers. They're not redundant. They're part of the team. Externally rotate. Look forward. Now you're just going to lift your knees just off the ground. See if you can stay there and take 1 or 2 breaths. And come down. For some people, that may set off a whole load of wobbles. Remember, the work is in the wobble. If you're cool as there, great. Build it up, build it up. So now we're going to come back here. Same. And now we're just going to go for a little walk. If this feels too much, go back down onto your knees or do 2 steps with the knees off. Bring it down. So. And when I put my hands down, I'm doing fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms, fingers, palms. And you may find you're ending up here. And so the bear walk's great. But choose whether you are wanting to be, you want to be here, but this makes your abs and your thighs ache. So you go here. And here you're kind of, you know, doing different ones. So in my early parkour days, um, this kind of body armor and conditioning that they would do, our kind of warm up, which was just conditioning for 20, 30 minutes, was crawling. I would cry and die. It was it was kind of amazing, and it became a very emotional component of my training because there's a lot of variations, and I just want to show you some of those today for you to play with and kind of set you a little bit of homework with that. Um, and when there was one in particular, and it used to just make me angry and upset, and I felt like a loser in life from this movement. Like it had such a powerful emotional thing on me. And it was because I wasn't strong enough to do it. I wasn't a loser in life. I just wasn't, I didn't have the physical conditioning to do that. And at the time, I was like 35 years old and I'd been sat down for 20 years. So it was like, it's kind of not surprising. So when these things come up, I just want you to have a kind of rational conversation with yourself. You will have that emotional experience. You can't avoid that. But I just want you to have a kind of little rational voice. It says, well, why would you expect to be able to do that? We are a use it or lose it system. There are some things that you're going to have access to because maybe you're kind of predisposed to that. So, like, at one point, I was doing a lot of pull ups and then I didn't do pull ups for ages. So now I'm back to like, I'm near, yeah, I've got kind of like one at the moment, but I'm back to working on the bands. And I know that, like, okay, in a month's time, I'll have three. It'll be fine. They'll come back. And then if I keep doing it, then I'll have five. And then if I keep doing it, I'll get back up to 9 or 10. And it's really not a problem. We are use it or lose it. Like, but what your baseline is individual to you. So I can always come and do like 5 minutes of crawling nonstop. And because I've done years and years and years of it, if you're day one of crawling or you haven't done it for a year, then yeah, that's going to be different for you. So just kind of go easy on your story. So I was kind of giving your wrist a little break as well. So I now want you to try that side crawl with the knees up. So you're here, up, so your head's looking forward. And now I want you to go in a circle in both directions. And come down. So did you manage to keep breathing? How are your wrists? Don't overdo it. You can always go back down to the knees. Just going to check the comments. How is the crawling feeling? Wobble, wobble. Yeah. Parkour Walnuts Crying Diet. Yeah, Michelle's been there. You know the deal. You know the deal. It's a crazy world. So now, just to mix it up a little bit, we're going to go into the crab walk. So this, if you're someone who wants to improve your posture, crab walk. So we use it or lose it. We do this. We sit. We read. We text. We drive. We feel sad. We spend time here. So we become very close here. And we just lack physical strength. It's a nervous system issue and a physical strength issue. They're always connected. So if having a good posture was really as simple as, well, just pull your shoulders back and stay there, then the world would, like, we'd all operate like this and it would be amazing. But we don't. Just look out the window, like look around when you walk down the street. Very few people have good posture. And the people who do radiate energy and health. And that's what I want for you. Like, that's what I want to be. And sometimes you can still find yourself like on a tired day, you'll be like, And also, I think for women, when we go through puberty, I know for me, suddenly, you know, like you're flat chested and then you suddenly have breasts. And I just wanted to do that. And even when you're like here, you feel like you're walking around like that. And you're not. Like, just to like that, it's like a millimeter of movement is the difference between kind of there and there. So to wake up that back line, which is going to change how you hang, how you pull, this active shoulder position, the like those kind of shoulder shrugs we did on day one. So you're going to pull the shoulder blades back and together. You're going to make sure the chin's not out here. You're going to have it tucked in. You're going to bring the knees there, the hands behind you. So put your hands where it feels right for you. Some people really go kind of hands like that. Other people go there. Mine kind of vary. So here, tuck in and lift. And then from here, just do a little gentle rock to begin with. Checking in, breathing in through the nose. And then from here, I want you to just initiate without going anywhere. Like, can you lift? Opposite hand, opposite foot. And then if that feels good, now we're going to go for a little walk. So this for me is a kind of active recovery move. For other people, this is like a workout from hell. And I respect all positions of both extremes and everything in the middle. So just go forward and back. So what I want you to do is to kind of remember all these different variations of this QM, of this crawl. And I want you to see how many you can do comfortably. And then build it up over time. Because this is going to prepare your body more than anything else other than the breathing. So the rocking and the rolling is going to soothe you and set you up. But if you want to get into the world of like getting stronger, getting more connected, getting more resilient, spend time crawling. So we've done on the hands and knees. We've done with the knees just off. We've done the crab walk. Now we're going to do a little bit going side to side. So you're going to stay on the ball of the feet. So number one, find your balance here. We can warm up that balance in those feet with that nice drill from day one where you're just here. You can go into your Lego rock, really opening up the back line, those feet. You can go from here. Here's a really nice balance one when you're here. Sit. Hold. I want the knees to kiss the floor. Fold. You may find you're like, use your hands to guide you if that's the case. I don't want you to have more impact on any part of your body than you need. So don't be stubborn. If you need help, give yourself that help. You may feel, a lot of people have a kind of like stuck big toe, or you can be here, and if it's too much, maybe 1, 2. Fold the feet. Strong feet, happy feet, give you a strong body. So 1, 2. Down. So kind of warm up and prime the ball of your feet. So now we're going to be here. And then from here, we're going to do this kind of like side monkey move where, so I'm going to put my right hand in front of my left foot, then my left hand down, and then I'm going to move 1, 2. So back the other way. So the hands go left, right, and then the feet move left, right. And then you can come back into this position. So just play with that. So it's like hands, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then back, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This can be very tiring. So if you're finding it tiring, that's really normal. So thank you, Pax. Something to play. Good boy. So I just want you to try 2 or 3 in each direction. See how it feels. And if you want, some people as well, you can go here, here, then go into a kind of low squat and sit. Then come forward. 1, 2, 1, 2. And every time your hand or feet land, I want it to be like a caress of the ground. I don't want anything to be like there should be no heavy sounds. Whether you're doing this on a soft surface, on a hard surface, everything is like when my teachers always taught me, like, be like a cat, be like a kind of panther. You're imagining like everything is like 1, 2, and the same way the feet don't slap down. If you can hear your movement, you're not engaging your body to control your movement, or you're not ready for that movement if you can only do it in a really hard way. So we're here. Gonna go. And so maybe try just say like, can you do 10 seconds? Can you do 30 seconds? Does this become too tight here for you to feel like doing that? What you can do, and what are the next variations are, we're going to do kind of same, but different with straight legs. So these are really nice to do if you have like say you're a runner and you have like a tight hamstring day. These are really nice openers. So we're going to go back to that first position here, but now we're going to raise the butt. And this time I'm not looking ahead, I'm looking down here in between kind of the hands a little bit ahead. And now you can just start to walk. And I always play with forwards, play with backwards. Just go forwards and backwards, side to side. Round in a circle. Both ways. And then we're going to do the side one with the straight legs. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bend your knees as you need to. Your movements aren't going to look like my movements. They're mine. My body, my life, my story, my experiences, my today. You are unique to yours. Et voila. No holding tension. So the next one, let me just check. Do you have any questions about that? Wow, time is really flying today. So your knees crack a lot with that one. Yeah, go careful on the knees, Tyra. Don't stress your body to more than you need. So nice variation on the crawling. We're gonna do a kind of crisscross with the straight legs. Over to the side. Give me, let's share, let's share, let's share. Look at this roll. Yes, good boy. This is the best segmental rolls. So you're gonna go here, and instead of the feet following there, you're gonna cross over. So you may want to use a kind of line as a guide. So I call this the salsa crawl. It's not really a proper name. So those variations, oh, look at that roll. Look at that roll. Leading with the eyes, then the head, then the body follows. He's the best roller. So I want you to play with those different crawls. I have a video on YouTube that has even more variations and goes higher than that, but see where you're at with that movement. Like, this is an amazing movement snack. If you also want to have some kind of conditioning, strength building happening in at the same time, set your body up for that relaxation. Be able to let go of tension, because you can always recruit it. You want to be able to draw that in. So the final thing, because I know we're going on longer today, is I want to teach you the beginning of how to jump, because there are so many people who kind of avoid jumping or think, oh, I can't jump, or my knees, or my this, or I'm scared because I'm protecting this or that. And it's going to literally be the first step. So what you're going to do is, that's this ball of the feet position, the one we were in down here. So this, I want you to find that. So you're going to find that by imagining you have a jump rope. And from here, just loosen the body to begin with. And now I want you to just swing one leg and take a step. So you're just going to swing and you're going to land 1, 2. And it's going to feel kissing the ground. So you swing back, 1, 2. And I want you to try 5 on each side. This back, 1, 2. Really focusing on this quiet, gentle, soft landing. And now I'm just going to fast forward to where you can go after that. So once this feels comfortable, I then want you to start to see if you can shorten the gap between that 1, 2. So it then becomes like dum. So instead of like da dum, it's dum. And again, I'm just feeling like I'm kissing the ground. And when I land in balance. So in terms of how the parkour people trained at the beginning and how they got their jump, this is what they would call awaken the touch. And you're not trying to go far. You're not like, oh, yeah. And I want you to be in balance. Remember, we talked about balance yesterday. Close your eyes. Where are you at? Find it, recruit everything. The same, this is a really great example of that transfer. So here, 1, 2. Here, small. And it's about doing lots of repetitions of these very small things. There's a book called The Slight Edge, which is all about the consistency of doing really small things. They're so easy to do that it's easy not to do them, but they're the things that are going to carry. They are going to be the thing. So I know some of you followed the 365 days to handstand that I did last year. And like for the first, I know 3 months, we're just doing like holding a plank for 1 minute, 3 times each day. That's all we did. And it works. So it's a really great example of this delayed gratification. So your homework is play with your crawl, get down on the ground, play with those arm rolls and those leg rolls, see how those feel. And then I have a little challenge for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to go for a walk, but you're going to test your breathing with this walk. So what I want you to do is remember the vault score we did at the beginning of the session. I want you to breathe gently in through your nose, out through your nose. So when you're on this empty, you're then going to walk. So you can do this if you're walking to the supermarket or you can walk around your house, you can go up and down the stairs. And then at some point you're going to be like, oh, I need to breathe. So you're like, walk, 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 empty, empty, empty. Your brain's starting to go, oh, and then you stop and you just do one inhale, one exhale, and you carry on. And I want you to do that for 5 minutes. So I want you to go for a 5-minute walk where there's going to be a lot of stop-start. And I want you to see the difference between what happens at the beginning and what happens at the end. And let me know, and I will tell you all about the what, the why, and the magic of that tomorrow. For now, I just want you to experiment and explore. So take your vault score, play with the rolls, play with the crawls. You've begun your parkour training. Take those little steps and kiss the ground. And that is the beginning of you jumping. And thank you so much. We're on the hour. Let me know. Super strong snacks today, Julie. Yeah, it's really, like I say, the snacks are the adaptogen for the body. So if you just need a gentle awakening to see where you're at, it will do that. Then when you know where you're at, then there are all these tools, there are all these variations where you can literally do like 5 minutes of crawling. You're good to go. Maybe you need to just do five minutes of egg rolls and arm and leg rolls and rocking and wrist preparation and things like that. So let me know. There's something a bit different today. Tomorrow we're going to go into some more twisting, some strong resting of how moves can restore, and I will explain all the funky stuff about the breathing thing. And enjoy that today and let me know how it went and see how you can do the crawls with the water in your mouth as well. So let me know. Thank you for joining. Let me know if you're watching this on the replay. Hang in there. It's the middle of the week. It's easy to get busy. It's easy to say, but I want you to have set your intention this week of you're going to watch this. The replays will be up until Monday. Have a play. Have a discover. Send me a message. Let me know. And I appreciate you and thank you for your time today. Take care. Happy Wednesday. Bye-bye.